In the grandeur of ancient Rome, Maximus Decimus Meridius, a once glorious commander, plummets from the pinnacle of power to the depths of slavery. As the sun sets on his military career, a treacherous shadow emerges in the form of Commodus, the corrupt heir to the Roman throne. Stripped of his rank and power, Maximus finds himself shackled by chains, a slave bound to the unforgiving sands of the Colosseum. But from the ashes of his former life, a formidable gladiator emerges, a man driven not only by the searing thirst for vengeance against the ruthless emperor who tore his family from his grasp, but also by an unyielding hunger for justice. With his ability and determination, Maximus ascends the ranks of the Colosseum with the sole goal of exacting his last wish on this earth before joining his family for eternity. Throughout the movie, he displays various principles of Stoicism amidst tragedies like the loss of his family. Acceptance of fate. Picture this: the triumph in his eyes as he returns home, fueled by the thought of his beautiful family who were his reason for living. But as he steps across the threshold, a cruel twist of fate reveals an unthinkable horror. His beloved family, the anchor that kept him afloat in this world, lie brutally murdered before him. In that moment, the very foundations of our emotions tremble. How would any of us react when faced with such a heart-wrenching reality? The truth is, the vast majority would crumble under the weight of despair. Yet, amidst this abyss of tragedy, after the immediate grief, Maximus stands resolute. He doesn't shatter like glass. He doesn't let the darkness consume him. Instead, he reveals the cornerstone of the Stoic philosophy that lay within him, an unyielding understanding that there are aspects of life beyond our control. Here, within the crucible of sorrow, we find the essence of Stoicism illuminated. In the wake of his unimaginable loss, Maximus doesn't attempt to reverse the hands of time. He doesn't wage war with fate. Instead, he takes a page from the Stoic playbook and demonstrates an unwavering embrace of what the Stoics call the dichotomy of control. He pivots his focus from the irretrievable past to the malleable present and the hopeful future. Stoicism, a guiding light in times of turmoil, emphasizes the power of accepting what lies beyond our grasp. Maximus, who witnessed his world crumble at the snap of a finger, displays this tenet with profound grace. His path isn't one of evasion or suppression, rather, it's a deliberate choice to navigate through life's stormy seas with an unbreakable spirit. Amor fati, love of fate. Enter amor fati, the profound Stoic concept that invites us to embrace every thread of our fate, even the darkest ones, and weave them into the tapestry of our existence. Maximus, in his agony, doesn't recoil from this daunting task. Instead, he forges a path that transforms his grief into a powerful catalyst, igniting a fire within him that refuses to be dimmed. The tumult of emotions that could have consumed him is harnessed, channeled into a singular purpose: justice. He doesn't wallow in despair. He doesn't succumb to the abyss of his inner turmoil. No, Maximus chooses a different course, one that aligns with the Stoic ideals of virtue and resilience. Imagine the tempest within him, the anguish, the fury, the shattered dreams. And yet, instead of allowing these tempestuous emotions to drown him, Maximus sets sail on a voyage of vengeance, fueled by the flames of his grief. He doesn't retreat from his pain. He transforms it into his most potent weapon. He forges a new identity in the arena's crucible. He is now a gladiator who rises through the ranks not just to satisfy bloodlust, but to ascend the hierarchy and confront the embodiment of his torment, the emperor himself. As the Colosseum roars with the fervor of the masses, Maximus's footsteps resound with a higher purpose. The driving force behind those footsteps isn't vengeance alone, it's the legacy of his family, the unquenchable fire of amor fati, and the tenets of Stoic philosophy guiding his every strike. Memento mori. This Latin phrase translates to "remember that you must die." It serves as a reminder of the impermanence of life and the inevitability of death. The Stoics teaches that death is a natural part of the cycle of life, just as birth is. It's seen as a universal process that all living beings must experience. By acknowledging the naturalness of death, Stoics aim to dispel irrational fears and anxieties associated with it. The character Maximus embodies this Stoic acceptance of death. Maximus's acceptance of his mortality enables him to focus on virtues like courage, honor, and justice. His desire to avenge his family's death becomes a virtuous pursuit that transcends personal fear of death. His willingness to embrace his own mortality contributes to his strength of character and his ability to endure challenges. By accepting the possibility of dying, he is liberated from the paralyzing grip of fear. This newfound freedom empowers him to confront challenges unflinchingly, whether in battle or against corrupt power. In this convergence of philosophy and cinema, Maximus's journey epitomizes the Stoic way, the acceptance of fate, the love of one's destiny, and the mastery of fear through the embrace of mortality. With each strike in the Colosseum, with each step towards justice, his path beckons us to follow the Stoic path, to craft our own legacy of resilience, purpose, and honor, irrespective of the adversities life presents. In the tapestry of Gladiator, we find not only a hero's tale, but a timeless guide to living a life of virtue and meaning.